You're listening to the AFTERBUZZ TV network. Now the largest new media platform on the web and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Keith. Johnson.
From the AFTERBUZZ Studios in Los Angeles, California, and streaming live on Ustream, this is AFTERBUZZ TV for Breaking Bad. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest Breaking Bad news and gossip. If you'd like to buzz in on tonight's show, you can buzz us at 424-256-1729. That's 424-256-1729. And now, picking up where the show leaves off and the buzz continues, it's AFTERBUZZ TV for Breaking Bad.
Right.
Well, hello everyone.
Welcome all.
Welcome to Breaking Bad, Season 4, Episode 2, called 38 Snub. I know, Ed, you have something to say about that.
Well, I was just wondering because, I mean, it's part of what we'll talk about, but the 38 gun that he's talking about is a 38 Special, which, as I understood, was a very unreliable gun, but the guy who was selling it was talking about it as if it was a very tried and true, reliable gun. And I was going to ask John, and because he said he knew about guns, but he was lying.
Clearly,
I don't know about guns.
And I love the fact that last week we got this huge yay from Maria. This time she's like, "Well, this episode is kind of I don't. It's okay."
Well, you know, I think John said it best. It was definitely like a setup episode.
Yeah.
And for me, I just love intensity and I love drama. And I, you know, obviously the scene with Mike was intense and we'll get to that. But
you loved watching it. You could have watched another 3 hours without moving.
Oh,
right?
Yeah.
If this
for
kept
sure.
going, so.
No, it's just,
yeah.
it just wasn't as action-packed as I enjoy. And I think that, you know, sometimes you have to have those episodes where you're building to the next thing. And so I totally
They're taking
get
their time. They're setting stuff up so they can have those shows where it's just crazy the entire time.
There's tons of scenes where I was like, okay, why'd they do that? You know, oh, why'd he do that?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Yeah. So
Jesse, can you or Ben look up 38 Special?
Yeah, but before we do that, speaking of love and building,
do
you love the new set that you guys are
I know, actually. Yes, let's talk about the new set. What a wonderful idea, Jesse. Actually, John was here.
No, wait, can we, even before we get to that, Jess, do you guys... I know there's a new format. It seems like you have. Do your hosts introduce themselves?
I know. I thought
Just say I'm here with Maria Menounos, Ed Bowling, John Comerford, and Keven Undergaro.
Well,
do we do that?
You guys are such superstars. Everyone knows.
Oh, really?
Yeah, right.
Well, it's funny because I literally was like, I might have missed them saying our names. Maybe I was crazy and I didn't want to reiterate.
That's all right. You're new to hosting,
Sometimes,
so you'll get it.
No,
you're new to hosting.
Last week did not say our names. The lead-in last week did not say our names, and
so does one of your
this time either.
Do one of the well then isn't it up to one of these guys to say it, Jess?
Yeah,
I think Jesse sporting his new haircut.
Yeah,
Jesse is pimping.
Is obviously the guy that should do it.
Let's go, Jesse.
Nice, all right, so ladies and gentlemen, we have Miss Maria Menounos hosting the show. Sitting next to Maria is AfterBuzzer of the month, Ed Bowling.
Yay!
Oh, hold up, pause on me. I believe my 3-year-old son Jack is watching. Hi, Jack, and my mom is watching too.
There you go.
Hey, Mom.
Hey, Jack.
Cool.
Hi, Mom.
My aunt Harleen, she's watching too.
Apparently, we are Total Request Live now. Moving over, sharing the title of AfterBuzzer of the month, Mr. John Comerford.
Thank you. Nobody.
Nice.
I don't have an Aunt Harleen, so
You don't want to say.
But he knows his guns.
Sitting next to him, Mr. Keven Undergaro.
Yay!
There it is.
Who's always AfterBuzzer of the month.
Thank you, Jesse. Jesse, what's up with the 38 Special?
38 Special is commonly designed by Smith & Wesson, is most commonly used in revolvers. It's a bullet with a metal tip.
Yeah. That's the well. That's the caliber of bullet. But
that's the caliber.
Speaking about the gun, which is
commonly used in World War I.
Yeah.
Look at
Saturday Night Special. Saturday Night Special is the cheap gun
that
whenever you like in TV show Good Times in the 70s. When
it was a big gun in the 70s.
That was the gun that anybody could get for like $50.
And you still can.
Yeah.
And it's reliable in the sense that it'll always fire because it just
yeah,
is
but it
completely
always fires
mechanical.
like when you don't want it to.
That's true. And it's because it has such a snub nose. It's not like it's really accurate. I mean, it's really designed for
Look,
close
it
quarter
doesn't
work.
know his guns.
See, and it's
Well, I just don't have 'em.
watching it in here, you can see so much more clarity. I was complaining about our screening room here. Now the best part
Which
about
was interesting
AfterBuzz-
because you never complain about anything.
why am I hosting with you?
Awkward.
We had such a great flow last week when you weren't here. No, but in the screening room, everything was a little bit muted,
Yeah.
and I'm used to being able to really appreciate the colors and all of the textures. And here, you see the scene so much clearer when we were in
On
there.
the on the flat panel.
Yeah, I was really
do you know what
trying to
though?
see
We
it.
don't have AMC HD. You know, Phil, we
gonna have to
We
get
need
that.
it.
yeah, but you know, we don't have it on DirecTV. We don't have it. It's not
We need
available.
to call DirecTV, and they need to
And
figure
I don't
it
know
out.
if it's even available on cable. I'll check.
I have it. I have it
Because
at home.
And
I mean,
you do? It was a DirecTV. We don't have it. We need to look into that.
Yeah, because it was as we were watching it, they were clearly making ties to the last episode with the coloring and the lights hitting
You couldn't
Jesse
appreciate
and
it.
all those kinds of things. It was difficult to see. In our screening, it was muted, but seeing it now, you can see what they were going for and what they were doing there as well.
Well, let's talk about the opening scene. What did you
Yes.
guys think?
I just love Walt buying a gun. I think it's hysterical because he's gone so far. Like he would never have.
No, another step toward gangsta.
Exactly.
Yeah.
One of my favorite shots. I know it's not this one, but I love the bullets by the apple. Because he's a teacher, and there was the whole thing about this is the life I used to lead was a teacher with the
Yeah.
Yep.
apple.
Oh,
This is the
genius.
life I am leading now, which is the bullets.
And he is so clearly not Heisenberg in this
Yeah.
scene.
Yes!
That
Not
the,
yet, yeah.
The gun seller's like, dude, are you sure you want to do this?
Exactly.
Because you don't look like the guys I normally sell these serial scraped guns
Exactly,
to.
and as a teaser, I mean, this went on forever, and I was enjoying it. It's not, I didn't need it to be shorter. I love that they let it go on as a teaser, and he just kept trying to get more information out of him. Like, what are you doing this for?
And do you know he said something interesting about, hey, we're out in the West after all. And I think that's the tie back to Kenny Rogers. I know with you guys' show
Right, we
last
were
week,
asking,
you were wondering about
the gambler.
Yeah, so we're out west. This is the old West.
Yeah, it is.
He said it's not a retreat state.
Exactly.
Right?
You get the right to
Somebody
plant your
steps to
feet.
you to do bodily harm. You have every right to
Plant your feet.
Yeah.
But also,
Okay.
not a retreat state also means he can't retreat. He,
can't
has
retreat.
to fight.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he has to.
To me, that's
No
what
half
that meant.
measures. No half
no
measures.
half
half
measures.
measures. No half
And it's
measures.
also interesting, you brought up a good point about him not being Heisenberg in that scene, but when he puts the
Oh,
hat
man, you
on
can see-
later,
and then the way he
and
looked
just
at-
the transformation,
Oh my God, that
he
was
became
good.
Heisenberg
The
again.
hat was on, and then that look on his face.
Yeah, which was so
Whoa.
pointless because apparently Heisenberg gets a phone call. He's no longer Heisenberg.
I know. Great phone call though.
Well, you find
Would
out
that
that
freak you out?
he must have tailed Mike
Yeah, Mike's
to the
watching
house,
him the whole time.
and then of course the cat was out of
But
the bag.
Mike, listen, Mike is also the electronics guy. I mean, he could have had just a camera sitting there and just known to call. I mean, he's got
Right.
Walt's phone number. He knows Walt wants to kill him.
He's probably got some sort of device on Walt's car.
Yeah, anything.
Yeah, I loved when he came and he's like, I want to see him. I want to speak to him. He's like, you're never going to see him again. I was like,
And by the way, what does that mean? Does that mean you're dead?
No,
You're
I
never
think
gonna see him
that
again, or does that mean
you're never going to have the chance to do what you want to do.
yeah, that's what I.
That's
think it
what
means.
I
think he said, okay, that's it. I'm never gonna be I don't want to be put in that level anymore. I'm not gonna go down there and you handle everything. I'll do it from afar. I don't think he wants to get dirty again.
Yeah, I thought it was.
Much more powerful.
Both things were possible. I thought maybe he's telling him, look, your time is short, or he's telling him, look, that last sort of command that Gus issued.
Yeah.
Was the last one he'll ever have to give you.
Yeah.
Kill the guy and say get back to work.
Because if
you
you
don't
remember,
ever have to talk to
their
him again.
relationship, meaning Gus and Walt's, I mean, the way it progressed was kind of very, in the beginning, it was very professional, very cordial, and that kind of thing.
It was like they liked, like they were
Exactly.
friends.
That's what I mean. And
He
I think
invites you
now
to his
he
house
said,
for dinner. Come and eat.
now that you've done this, I wash my hands and my feet of you.
Yeah.
Well, and Gus is never gonna deal with him directly anymore.
We're gonna see Gus again, but
Oh yeah, we will. But Gus is trying to make that statement as well.
Yeah, it's it's intense. I don't know. I mean, I just instantly thought you're never going to see him again because you're just never going to have the chance.
Yeah.
It's over.
But they will. They're gonna have their showdown.
But
they're gonna have
again,
their
it's not
tete-a-tete.
Heisenberg, right?
doubt?
Yeah.
It's not Heisenberg. It's Walt, the guy who has no idea how to do this stuff.
Yeah.
He tells the bodyguard, "Hey, I need to see your boss." And when Mike goes, For what, Walt? I mean, come on. Because you want to kill him?
Yeah.
You're not going to do it.
But also remember,
I like the way he tried to weasel out. Well,
Like,
the
come
way
on.
we left things, like,
Yeah.
there was no misunderstanding there. That was clear.
Yeah.
I don't, there was any gray area.
What do you want to say, Walt?
Exactly.
Tell me and I'll tell him for you.
Yeah.
Hey guys, you guys actually have a caller on the line.
Okay.
Want to take the call?
Absolutely.
Caller, you're on the line. What's your name? Where are you from?
My name is Sam, and I'm calling from New Mexico.
All
Sam.
right.
Oh.
Sam.
No retreat state. What'd you think of the episode?
I liked it. It was a good episode. I didn't expect Mike to slug Walt like that.
Yeah, pretty
but,
shocking, huh?
Yeah.
You said you did, Sam, expect it. You did?
No, he didn't expect.
Oh, yeah.
No,
'cause
I didn't.
I didn't either.
What do you make of that?
I don't know. I think Mike's having second thoughts on working for Gus.
Yeah.
I think maybe he's trying to, maybe not show it, and when Walt brought it up, it just, I don't know, maybe just kind of exploded on that. I don't know.
No, I completely agree, because it's one thing to have those thoughts on your own. It's another thing to somebody else to step up to you and ask for you to help them do that, because then it's like, hey, who... The gall that Walt has.
Right, the gall Walt has. I think that Mike, I think it was personal. When Mike does something, he doesn't do any half measures, as we know.
Yeah.
Okay, and so I think it was very personal. I think he is pissed off at Walt for messing up his thing. He had a good thing going. He was going to be able to take care of his granddaughter.
He said that, and he said we got a good thing going, Walt.
Yes, he learned to take yes for an answer. He's pissed off that Walt keeps trying to mess it up.
Right.
And I mean, because he didn't kill him or tell him anything, he just beat him. Right. And Mike did that out of his personal.
So do you think that he's going to get the Chicken Man eventually?
Walt, man, I don't know. I think that might be a thing they're going to string out for the rest of the season. I think. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think.
Have you
But you know
watched-
they're going to have the showdown, right? I mean, don't you think that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely.
Everybody's going to look forward to that.
Have you been watching the show from season 1?
Oh yeah, big time.
Yeah.
Well, you're there in New Mexico. I mean, is there like a community of people watching it? Do you guys have like some sort of pride that they're doing it there?
Yeah, or do you recognize the locations? Do people go out to these locations?
Oh yeah, all the time. I live 60 miles south of Albuquerque, and when they're shooting up there, when you're up in Albuquerque, they'll have like signs.
Yeah.
Breaking Bad
nice.
insignia, the periodic table thing, and they'll say they're shooting, down here, so you always know where they're shooting at.
Awesome.
But all the places that they show, the car wash, I've been there.
Right.
Taco Sal is right across the street from Octopus Car Wash.
Do they have that big Statue of Liberty?
Everything in there is instantly recognizable.
Hold on.
And these are working businesses as well.
Right.
These aren't like shut down and then just open as sets. Are they actually working businesses?
Oh no, they're working businesses.
Wow.
That's cool.
Sam, can you see the set from where you are right now? Can you tell us what Walt's doing on the scene right now, please?
We should make you our on-site
Yeah,
reporter.
exactly. There you go.
You could like give us sneak peeks into future episodes.
Well, I did find out something about the laundry that is the front for the Super Lab.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say anything because I don't want to spoil it.
Oh, you got a spoiler?
Maybe. I don't want to say anything though.
Spoiler alert.
Wait a minute. You're going to spoil? You're spoiling the spoil.
Okay, maybe we can make it so he can tell.
Spoiler alert.
Okay.
Spoiler
All right.
alert.
How many words?
Spoiler alert.
Let's do charades.
Okay, maybe you can tell Jesse off the air so then we don't spoil it for everybody else. But
Yeah.
I'm dying to know something. You got to give us something.
Yeah.
Sam, I'm with
that's what I
you.
love
You
about
don't have to
Breaking
give us
Bad.
anything, Maria. We have so little to enjoy. At least I do in my life.
That's a good
So,
point.
like, let me have my remaining 9 hours of this
That's a
show.
good point. That's a good point. Okay. All right. Well, you know what? When it airs, then you got to call in and tell us anything else that we may have missed.
Hey, do you guys ever listen to the podcast on AMC about the show?
You know, we need to.
Yeah, we haven't yet. Is it good?
Oh yeah, all the questions you guys had last week,
Yeah.
they answered pretty much all of it in last week's podcast.
I guess we're asking the right questions then.
I did go to the website and see some things. I'm now willing to admit the possibility that Gale might be dead. I'm just saying.
It's big of you, Ed.
I got to be
love
fair.
it.
No, but I think we should. You know, we should be listening.
Yeah.
So why not more podcasting?
What about what did you think about Hank and Marie's relationship? That was a very heavy thing to watch this week.
Oh man, that was really hard to watch. It was very stressful. Oh man, I don't know how. Marie, I think, at her breaking point. I would think. It's man, I can't believe all those rocks are. I'm sorry, minerals.
Yeah,
that,
minerals.
Yeah, what do you think those minerals are? What do you think those are? And did you see anything in the podcast that explained that?
No, Vince was just saying that was just something that just came up with. He needed something for him to occupy his time.
Exactly.
No, he's obsessing.
I told you.
No, it's got to be. Listen,
It's
Vince
gotta
is
be
wrong.
something.
Vince is wrong.
The crystals that he's studying and buying are blue.
Yes.
He is obsessing about everything
blue
with this
but they're
map.
not all blue. It's the blue corundum that he's talking about today.
Well, the blue is the one they mentioned.
Well, when I saw, first of all, again, back to the brilliance of this show, I haven't seen anything shot like this. It's so amazing. Just that he's examining the mineral, rock, whatever, and then all of a sudden, here she comes up, and I'm like, oh my God, this show is absolutely insane. And the tension in that scene, when it's like
so
there are 4 other
uncomfortable.
bedrooms, like
I'm
really?
uncomfortable. Yeah, I don't want to be. I don't feel good in my chair.
She's
I
waiting
just want to get
on
out
him
of
hand
there.
and foot. She's trying. She's super annoying, obviously. Like Ed in the middle of it goes, what's his deal? And I'm
Why
like,
does he hate her so much? I mean, he's high-fiving the trainer guy.
I completely understand this because it would annoy the crap out of me. Someone was helping me too much. It would just drive. And she also represents everything that he can't be right now.
Yeah, but I mean, still, why? How come he can't recognize what she's doing? She's being positive. I mean, she can
because he's miserable. I know. I get it. I get it. When you're miserable and you get somebody being like, it's annoying, no matter how good they are and how helpful.
It's known that when we're upset, we take it out on the people closest to us because we know they're going to take it.
Yeah, I think that sucks.
So it
does suck. This is what we do.
But she's going to take it. The guy working there may not.
No,
he's not going to. Strangers won't.
Yeah, exactly.
But she's going to take the crap. So it's unfortunate. But that's generally what happens.
Yeah. And then Skyler in this episode was, just taking her work to the next level. Like, I can't wait to see she goes Heisenberg because it's coming.
Do you think this is a foreshadowing that she's proving that she actually is a worthy partner to him? Has her sleeping giant awoke, so to speak, where she's much more than just some ditzy housewife?
Oh yeah, but I don't think she's never
been a ditzy housewife.
Ditzy housewife, but you know what? A civilian housewife.
She was,
She's very civilian, meaning
I think she's very pragmatic.
But here was
this
guy.
This is the cards that have been dealt. I'm going to deal them.
But here was a guy that when you saw the woman he was supposed to be with in his life, the scientist,
right.
Okay, and you see that this man was a genius that really should have invented something. Should have been more like a Steve Jobs. I mean, that was the path he should have been on, and then he went on this other path, which was a chemistry teacher and kind of middle of the road. And when I see this wife, I think she is the middle of the road wife that really up till what I just saw tonight has not really been worthy of him. Whereas the old girlfriend from the past, if you remember some of the flashbacks of the 70s,
I remember that. Yes,
she was more worthy, and for some reason he got off that path, which has led him to this bitterness. But what I liked about her at the car wash was seeing this woman that was smart. The way she broke down the numbers, the way she she proved that she's a smart cookie.
Yeah,
and so that's what I saw. I was like, wow, I think she's showing through this journey that she is worthy.
I
of
agree.
Being an equal to him, which I've never seen in 3 seasons.
No, if you look at all these characters, the amazing thing about this show, the thing that's so jaw-dropping, is we're seeing what these people can become. And you would never have thought that they could, that Walt could move all the way over to be a Heisenberg, that Jesse could move all the way over to be, to do what he did with Gale. Now we're seeing it happen with Skyler. When she decided out of the blue to lie about where the money came from so she could offer it to her sister to pay for Hank's thing, to come up with the whole gambling story, just like that.
Yeah.
I was like, you know what? That is amazing that she just decided to kind of join up with Walt. She, she included herself, and she's now more of an accomplice when she did that.
Right.
But I like what you're saying. Well, you're differentiating the fact, from what she's kind of becoming to. Is she trying to prove herself to him because she wants to be
I don't think she's
Like-
necessarily trying to prove
Yeah, I
herself,
don't-
Maria.
I don't
What I'm
see it that
seeing,
way.
though, is there's a greatness within her that we've never seen before, that he's never seen before.
Oh, all right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she was a nice wife. She was a loyal wife. She's pretty.
But see, she was trying to get
But
him-
here's the thing: when I say ditzy housewife, what I mean is this was a lady that was bidding for crap on eBay. Remember, as like giving him this like bored hand job on his birthday.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
As she's your typical housewife bidding on stuff on I think it was eBay, and it was like, oh wow. And here's this guy who's a genius, who was on the verge of inventing all these great things, and that's his birthday. Yeah. He's lying in bed, and but now to see where this juxtaposition of that woman who's just kind of shopping online to now going there, doing the research, presenting, which was an amazing case to the guy. And did you see the car wash guy's face?
She is an
It was just like
accountant.
she knows almost.
So she
everything.
knows all the numbers. That's what she does as a living. So
Yeah.
that part of it.
But as an employee,
Right.
John, anyone can be an employee, but
Sure.
to like step up.
Oh, that was real
take that
smart,
role
yeah.
was like, wow.
Did her research.
When I saw it, I thought, okay, she's the best person to have if you're gonna go get a business and launder money.
Yeah, exactly.
She's doing great right now.
Well, that's it. Yeah, exactly.
You know?
I just love that she had her kid with her too. I thought that was great.
When she was
Yeah,
observing
she was staking out the car wash.
adjusting the bottle.
Exactly.
That was pretty
I
funny.
thought that was great. I love when they do that. It reminded me of the movie Traffic when they had the
Do we still have
pregnant-
Sam on the line? Is Sam still there? Oh, Sam, what is it? What made you call anyway? Did you have a question or something you wanted to bring?
No, I appreciate you guys doing this. I only discovered this last week, and I love the show so much, and every time it's over, I had no one to talk to about it. So I really appreciate you guys doing
That's
it.
why
Exactly
we do
why we do
this.
this. Yeah.
Wait, so how did you find out about us?
I was on a forum, Television Without Pity, and they had a link to it, and I watched last week's show. I thought, man, that's a great idea.
Thanks.
So,
It's funny. AfterBuzz came to life because of this show and because of exactly what you're saying. When we were watching Breaking Bad, we wanted more. We wanted to talk and exchange more with fans, and more than just a message board forum. And it's what spawned, however, 50 some odd shows, the network, this entire network. But it spawned because of this show and from exactly what you're saying. So I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, appreciate that, man. That's cool.
Very much so.
Oh, well, you'll have to call in again.
Yes.
definitely. Thank you, guys.
Oh, thank you.
I'll be watching every week.
Thank you.
Thanks, Sam.
Take
And
care.
we hope to hear from you soon.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
So is it okay to jump to Jesse?
Yeah, I'm just going to move on to Jesse,
I mean,
actually.
second scene is Jesse and his friends.
Yeah. Friends.
Well, but that,
Oh, those
okay,
guys are awesome.
That,
They're
first
great,
of all,
but-
I need to get one of those vacuums.
The Roomba.
Must
or
get,
whatever.
especially
Yeah,
with all the
something like
dogs
that.
that I
Yeah,
got going
yeah.
on in my house. Got to get a
Great
Zumba.
use of the Zumba. Roomba.
Roomba? I need a Roomba.
Yeah.
But how amazing that they threw a camera on there to kind of swivel
that's
around. Like, these
crazy.
shots are insane. Like,
Yeah.
the other
This
shot
was-
I loved in this episode was when he put the chair into the frame
Yeah.
and then went and sat to do the
Yeah.
practicing of
and
the
it
draw.
came right
I was
off
like,
of the craziness of that party and all that noise, and then we
Yeah.
go to the
Yeah.
isolation of just an empty living room and a chair being pushed
Well,
in.
We see how the two characters, how each
Exactly.
one handles what they
Walt-
just saw.
Walt
Exactly.
totally focused.
Yeah,
Just,
what's the next thing I gotta do?
Right.
Yeah. And Jesse wants to forget it all. I don't want to think. I don't want to know anybody.
I thought it was
don't wanna
really
be alone.
interesting how Jesse, who was in the beginning of the series, he was this kind of just, whatever goes kid, right? And then when he's talking to his friends about the stereo, he's completely technical.
Yeah.
Now he's this technical person. He knows everything about and his friends who are like he used to be, they're like,
Yeah.
oh, look at the lights. The lights are
Exactly, that's all they
awesome.
care
He's
about,
like,
yeah.
it's got this, it's got that.
He can't go back.
It's
Right.
got
He's
vacuum
already gone too
tubes,
far.
it's
He
got-
can't
Yeah,
go back.
that's like Walt rubbing off on him.
Yeah.
His
Yeah.
whole,
That's
he's
a good
got like
point.
a
And if you notice,
responsibilities
even in
now.
his language, he's not using the dude, and he's
Yeah.
not. That's
Nope.
all kind of
No, his
fallen to the
sleeping
wayside.
giant awoke. And
Absolutely.
early on, when Walt had him as a teacher, he said, you have potential. Like
Right.
Walt saw it in
Yeah.
him, which he never used. He just kind of pissed it away. And now we see how far he's come. And which is why he's probably trying to anesthetize his pain because
Yeah.
he can't
Yeah.
deal with
He
it.
just
So he's
doesn't
just
wanna
trying to
deal
stay as high and as
And
messed
also,
up as
along
he
with
can.
the Roomba shot you were talking about, this
There it is.
episode. There it is. Yeah, this episode for me was also the establishing wide shots. They had more in this episode than I'd seen in a long time, And you and I were commenting on how much we enjoyed them. They had these nice wide shots showing everything. I love that one in the bar when Walt comes in.
Yeah.
Really wide shot. The light comes pouring in as Walt comes in, and they just let him cross all the way.
Yeah.
Well,
don't say that.
In this scene with Jesse, when he is like, "Oh, I'm gonna go to work." Oh, you guys didn't know I did a cameo in the movie.
That was Maria, the naked ass with all the tattoos.
Oh. There was a string. There was a string.
Okay, you had a string.
Anyway,
technically not nude.
I love this scene where he's like giving them money to go get breakfast for everybody, and I'm like,
and keep the
okay.
party
and
going.
then all of a sudden he's like, keep the party going. I'm like, whoa!
Did you guys notice this amazing sound design of the bouncing ball?
Yeah,
like the one junkie. It was almost like a heartbeat. It was just like thump thump. Thump thump, but it was so loud. I mean, this is, for me, I've said it when I did this show last year, but it just fires at all cylinders.
Yeah.
We have production design, we have sound design, we have the cinematography, of course, the acting and the writing. For me, perfect show. It's it's the most perfect show, not just on television ever produced. My opinion.
What about the fact that, and I don't understand this because I mean Jesse is obviously not as affected, or did he not do as much drugs in that party? Did he come from his bedroom because he went to bed at a decent hour because he's got to go to work? You know what I mean? Like he's partying now and he's using again.
Is it because he's just more evolved than they are
that's
now?
what I'm saying. I think he used to be that. Last year he would have been right down there with them.
Yeah.
And he's like I said, he's gone too far. He can't be in that world as much anymore.
I think he just, as we saw obviously in the end, he just didn't want to be alone.
Yeah.
He's smart enough not to get so messed up that it's going to affect his next day at this point. And I think that as much as he wants to anesthetize the pain and you'd think drugs would be the answer, it seems like having people to protect him in a sense.
Yeah.
He needs that
barrier to keep him.
I mean, that was intense at the end, seeing him shaking and freaking out.
Yeah, turning the speakers on and that shot at the end, the tracking shot.
I mean, he's
away.
responsible for deaths.
Well,
Multiple.
And the other thing I noticed was sort of a detachment. I mean, these guys, remember, the whole reason why Jesse was going to kill and those two drug dealers in the beginning wasn't for that because they killed the kid. It was because they killed one of his friends.
That's right.
Right? So Jesse's always been about his friends.
Yeah,
but now you see him offering to do drugs, and the dude says, no, I'm 12-step. I'm getting better. And Jesse doesn't care. He's like, well, forget you then. How about you? You're going to punk out too?
Right.
And then when they won't stay and continue to party, he's calling them names and everything.
Yeah.
He's like, he no longer is the same loyal friend. It's, I mean, he's obviously, seriously affected by what he did. And that's what's going on.
But loyal to the girl, the sister, when he gave her money and said, and
I thought that was a great scene.
Oh yeah, did we want to touch on that? Because you want to get a refresher on the detail?
Yes, because I couldn't remember where she was from.
Okay, so that's Andrea. And
oh my God, Ed, you're
this
amazing.
and this brings me to my Three's Company tie-in.
Okay, here we go.
Okay.
Not an AfterBuzz exclusive over there.
Don't get crazy.
Don't get crazy. Okay, so Andrea's younger brother, is in her family is kind of they consider him lost because he basically got in with the bad guys in their neighborhood, the drug dealers.
Yeah.
They recruited him, and now he was their drug dealer, so he would ride his bike around, right?
Yeah.
right.
Well, when Combo, the guy, Jesse's friend, drug dealer that got killed, when Combo went into the wrong area when they tried to branch out to sell their drugs, those two thugs, the Chicken Man's thugs, the Chicken Man sellers, sent the little 10-year-old boy to kill Combo. Okay, so here the connection is that boy kills Combo. Combo is Jesse's friend. Later, when Jesse decides to try to sell his drugs in the Narcotics Anonymous meeting or whatever the meeting is, he happens to basically he gets annoyed with Badger and the other guy, Skinny Pete, and because they are, instead of selling drugs to the people, they're starting to feel bad for him, right? And so the first day he says, you know what, screw it, I'm going to sell it myself. That day, that girl walks in, and when he leaves, he goes with her and, does his smooth talk and goes back to her trailer. Turns out that her brother is the kid that killed Combo.
Right.
And when we find that out, Andrea doesn't know. We know it. And then, so here's my Three's Company tie-in. And I remember this from some class in high school. Dramatic irony. Okay? When the audience knows something that either some or all of the characters on the screen don't know. Okay? that is, to me, this show has the best dramatic irony of anything. And we still have evidence of it, which is what I was talking about last week, the secrets.
Right.
When we know what Walt did with Jesse's girlfriend, but Jesse doesn't know.
Yeah.
And I'm stressed about that every single time. When they had the episode where Walt almost told him, that's what was stressful, right?
Right.
And so, again, we know stuff with Andrea and the sister when she said, my little brother, he killed this guy and now we don't know where he is. And Jesse's like, he killed the guy where? Oh, on the corner of such and such. How did he do it? He's riding his bike and he's killed him. And Jesse realizes, so we know, Jesse knows, but Andrea doesn't know.
Right.
Right. And so now we know that that's the one soft spot he's got because he actually showed. He doesn't care about his friends anymore. But you're right, Kevin. When he was with her on the lawn, he said, I need to believe that you're not going to go blow the money on drugs.
Right.
But anyway, the dramatic irony. Three's Company was funny because it was in every single episode, they ad nauseum used dramatic irony to make the audience laugh. It was always you knew something that Jack knew, but that Chrissy didn't know, or that was
right.
That was their formula. Every single episode was
Mr.
dramatic
Furley.
irony.
Mr. Furley.
Mr. Furley, yeah. So
Mr. Roper.
Or Mr. Roper was
and Mr. Roper
the
too.
early
Mr.
seasons.
Roper was
Furley and Roper, yeah. But so dramatic irony is
Interesting.
something that we've seen used for comedy.
Yeah.
We've seen it's very simple. It always works. But these guys did it the best ever.
And I don't think you're ever going to hear it. Anybody else just make the jump from Three's Company to Breaking Bad.
Hey, that's what I like
There
to
it
try
is.
to do, right?
Never been done before.
I was thinking about
Impressive.
that, and I was like,
Bowling.
how do I
Yeah.
say it
How
without,
the hell did he get there?
degrading Three's Company, which I used to love, of course, and I thought was great. But I'm like, how do I say this without making it seem
All right,
like,
let's get back on track. What was the symbolism of the vacuum? Because you noticed they mentioned vacuum tubes when he was
you
describing
can only
these
clean
speakers.
so much.
Interesting.
Okay.
Can only clean so much. That's what I thought.
And that's why the last shot was him at the end with the broken vacuum.
And it's
next to him.
broken next to him.
And the place is a shambles.
Yeah.
I mean, even you can use all external devices you want, but until you take care of it yourself, it's always going to be a piece of crap.
Interesting.
Can't have someone else do all your dirty work.
Yeah.
Oh!
Is that what it is? Yeah.
Well, that one could be deep right there.
Right?
You know what?
Come on.
Yeah, that one. Oh, am I not supposed to encourage her? That's pretty good.
It
No,
is,
he
but
would
just-
appreciate this if he wasn't on the panel right now, but he wants to make fun of me. You would have been like, honey, that was really smart.
I know, but you don't have to applaud yourself.
No, but think
I got
about
excited because
Think
he's
about
looking
it.
at me like I'm an
She's
idiot.
right? You have somebody else do it, it can get messed up. The guy that was, hungover was annoyed with the vacuum and he breaks the thing.
Well, like dumb Neanderthal, and you could see even in the
exactly.
shot his face, this
Exactly.
idiot playing with it with a screwdriver.
I thought Jesse was going to
I
that
thought
off.
so too. I thought he was gonna.
I thought he was going to
say something to him, but he just
Exactly.
walked by him. Just.
Yeah.
No, because it's more important to him to have people there. He doesn't want to make anybody upset.
Yeah, that for me wasn't clear until
even
later.
even when he's calling his friends names, he's doing it to try to get him to stay.
Yeah. Just does not want to be alone.
Does not.
Like most people. Most people don't want to be alone. Most people can't be alone.
I'd rather be alone.
I don't really like to be alone. Do you
I
like to be
love-
alone?
I enjoy alone time.
I enjoy a little bit of alone time, but
I enjoy a lot of alone time.
you two enjoy
Yeah.
alone time because you're writers and you're introverted and I'm
No,
extroverted.
John's an actor too. So John, you do well with people.
Uh,
I'm only good when I'm drunk. Other than that, I'm just better off.
but very good.
We've just learned just better off alone. Just what do we call me at home? The defect. Social
Let's
defect.
move on to the Mike situation.
Oh yeah, Mike.
Because
Man, the look on
last
his
week-
face in the bar.
Yeah,
I'm sorry,
he's
go
an
ahead. I
incredible
interrupted.
actor. Well, last
Yeah.
week when we were talking about Mike and predictions, we I said at least that I think Mike is gonna, really kind of move over to
Right.
Jesse and Walt's side because he sees that it could happen to him. And
Yeah.
when Walt confronts him, obviously, everyone's thinking the same thing. And I think Mike is as well. But I think Mike is actually more afraid than we think, but he doesn't want to show Walt that.
I agree with
think-
that.
I would agree with that. Absolutely.
And so when he's so cavalier as to try to openly kind of say, you're just as weak as I am. He's like, F you.
Yeah.
You know, bam,
Yeah,
kick to the
exactly.
gut. I'm not weak.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's kind of a wink, I think,
And
because eventually he is going to, you know, partner up with them. There's no doubt in my mind.
Really?
And
Or-
you're also questioning his loyalty and all that other stuff. And you can't really do that. Walt's not in a position to make that leap, to make that statement, because he's basically telling him, you know, you don't really want to be with Gus anymore.
Yeah, and Mike could get into a lot of trouble if Walt
Yeah.
ever said, "Oh
Like,
yeah, and guess
who
what,
you?
Gus."
Exactly.
I mean,
who are you to tell me what I want? I mean, that's
exactly.
yeah, no,
and Mike's on my side too, and then all of a sudden Mike's got a bullet in his head, or you know.
But I gotta say, going back to when we first see him, maybe it's the first time we see him in the bar, maybe it's the second time, when he sees the blood.
Yeah,
on
that's
his
the
coat.
first scene. First
And the
step
look
part.
on his face afterwards is like, and you said, I think, oh, I was just getting too old for this.
Yeah, he had that look like
he
that.
did, didn't he?
I'm getting
like,
too
oh
old for
man,
this.
and then and all that stuff there was just in that, seeing that blood, and then the look on his face, like, oh my God, I'm so glad. And
Well, isn't
otherwise,
that
why do the scene? But it's a perfect scene.
well? Isn't that like a sign that he's losing his touch? Because he would never. He's such the total professional.
Yeah.
he gets everything.
Right.
He cleans up other people's
Exactly.
messes.
Yeah, I was so shocked, and I thought he was gonna say, "Damn, I really like that jacket," because you got to burn that thing now. You can't keep that thing.
Yeah.
And I was shocked that he had it because it had blood on it. I would have thought that everything he wore in there would have been burned, dumped, whatever.
You know what? I'm shocked that Mike's hobby of choice is drinking at a bar. I would think that he would want to always be on his toes and always be alert and always be ready to answer the call, you know, of Gus or whatever. I'm kind of shocked.
So is this weakness?
What's that?
Is this Vince Gilligan showing us Mike's weakness?
You know what? I would be interested to see if if there's been anything before this season where he said I don't drink or I don't do this, and now he is, or you know, I don't know.
See,
I mean,
why
isn't he with his granddaughter instead? It's not nighttime.
Yeah, but who knows? He doesn't
it was the
have
morning.
access to her all the time. But what I thought about it was, I think he has to shut down sometimes in order to be as good as he is. I think you have to pull away from him at least enough to just try to recharge. Because to be that alert and that aware of all the things you have to be to do as good as he is,
Yeah.
I think you got to get away for a second. And if that's where he found it, I don't know if he always goes to this bar. It seems like he does, because what's her name knew exactly what to bring him.
Yeah, but I mean, what has he got? Hours where, you know, I'm not on call right now. You know, Gus calls me. I got to tell him, nah, man, I'm at the bar having a drink. I can't go kill Walt for you.
But here's the thing. He obviously goes there a lot because she knew exactly what to bring him.
I'm just saying I'm surprised at that.
And by the way, he beat up Walt.
Yeah,
and
nobody did a
moved,
word.
right?
Nobody said a thing. So they know him. And they know what he's
Yeah.
about. So he's a regular.
I think
Right.
he needs that
John's
time
right to
to
recharge.
think. And I think that, you know, I think a drink is really important for a guy like that
Yeah,
after
well,
what he's doing
clearly,
and what
yeah.
he's involved with.
And
But
he too has got that sense of they've got Coke, blow, whatever they've got, and this is his thing.
yeah, exactly. But I love
And
the fact
sliceless
that
pizza.
It's like
I love that your biggest nightmare.
Oh my God.
But I love that they set up the fact that he has, it was a niece, right, or a granddaughter,
Yeah.
a niece,
Niece, I think it
early
is.
on, because now you didn't think about it then, but now
Yeah.
you realize he has a weakness.
Yeah.
I don't think the drinking is the
I
weakness.
knew. I said
I
it
think
last season,
yeah.
Maria.
That's
doing
his
this.
weakness, and-
That's his weakness. And
Absolutely.
Walt will
And-
go after that.
Wait,
And-
drinking
and
is?
No,
No,
the
the
niece.
niece.
The niece.
He has
That's
something
his
to
Achilles
lose.
heel.
Wait a minute. What do you mean Walt's going to go after her? What Walt's going to, you think?
Well, you don't present that without having that
Or
thing pay
unless
off
the
later.
Chicken Man goes after it,
Yeah,
and
somehow
then he has to switch
It
sides.
just- it just shows
his
he has
only
something-
the only
That's
lever
it.
with him is
my
the niece.
Something to
thing,
lose.
yes.
That's it.
It's his motivation.
Whether
It's the-
someone hurts her or not, he has something to lose.
No, he has
Yeah.
something to lose now.
Yes.
And
he's not invincible.
Yeah,
He's
exactly.
not
And
impervious.
that's the one place
Oh,
you can
God,
get
they
him,
better
which
leave
makes
that
it
little
worse.
girl alone, or I'm going to
That's
be
why
upset.
I'm never gonna have kids, so I never have anything to lose. Then I can go kill people all the time.
Oh my God. Somebody's going
these
to
are-
break
that-
that.
Yeah, that's gonna just get cut up in the wrong way.
There you go.
No, but that's the truth. He's got
Lady
something
from
to
Men of a
lose.
Certain
Whether
Age.
they go after her or not has no bearing on anything
Yeah.
other than the fact that he has to think twice.
Exactly. He's
Who am
always there.
Who am I working with? Is he going to turn the tables on
Yeah.
me? And now Walt has planted that seed in him that was already planted verbally and visually.
Yeah.
You know, in the whole situation.
Now
in the
I gotta say about the
factory.
bar scene when he asks Mike and Mike cold cocks him. Now I expected him to to jack him up. I expected one shot to the jaw, knock him down. But then
You did?
Yeah,
I
I
didn't
did.
expect it.
I did. Absolutely.
I thought I was just gonna say, walk home, Walt, or get out of here, Walt.
I just thought he was going to give him one shot, and then I thought they might have another conversation afterwards. But the beat, I mean, then kick him and then
Yeah, it was
walk away.
personal. He's pissed off.
Yeah.
I mean, Mike he doesn't like it that Walt continues to try to mess it up. But
Yeah.
I thought it was interesting. Mike is always one step ahead of Walt, right?
Yeah.
You know, the scene where Heisenberg's walking across the street and he calls him, and then Walt is walking up to his back at the bar and doesn't even turn around. And he says, "Man, if you're going to tail somebody, you better learn to do it better."
Yeah.
He didn't even look at him.
But he fed into his fears and insecurities, and that's why he got
he
so
got to
angry.
him. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think in the bar he got to him.
Well, what did you think?
The fact that he said, "Look, none of us is."
I think it just pissed him.
What was the line he said?
It was just a reminder in his face again of Walt screwing up his good thing. He's like, dude, just shut up.
But here's the thing. Why would he be screwing up a good thing when they could just get another cook in there after this? They could get somebody else. That guy, Mike's not going to lose his job because of
none
Walt.
of us is safe.
No, I think, here's what I think. Because of Walt's actions and Jesse's action of killing Gale, and then that making Victor go over there and, you know, make a mistake and be seen by the people, and then all of a sudden Gus has to, Mike would have never had to experience or see any of that. None of that stuff would happen. Now, I think you're right. Mike does have those concerns, right? But he wouldn't have even had that.
Yeah,
if Walt didn't do all this stuff.
I disagree because Mike's seen and killed and done so much that there's no way that was like, oh my God, I can't believe I saw that.
No, not that he saw it, but that it was Gus killing his own man, and Mike is just another one of Gus's men. So that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
well,
in the bar when he says, "Makes a man wonder exactly where he stands."
Yeah.
That's the thing that got to Mike, because you saw his face when he said that, and it's especially after what happened to Victor.
Yeah,
that started, and he was thinking that when he saw the blood. Where do I stand with all this?
Walt he's a calculating, guy, and
things are shifting.
He's just trying to get his agenda.
Everything's in flux, man.
But again, we see signals or signs that it's he's not Heisenberg all the time. Like when he went to the bar, okay, who orders a drink and say no ice? No, that's not how you do it. He's because he doesn't drink. Yeah. You say neat, or you say not on the rocks. He said
oh, really?
No ice.
Yeah. I've never. I didn't know that. See, that didn't stick out to me because I would have never known.
He's not a drinker.
He's not that guy.
But also, this is what I love about this show, is you're seeing so many reds, down in that basement where they cook. To me, it represents hell, and that's what the no ice is for. This is this guy's descension into hell. And if you notice, like you see, in my background, I'm always talking about production design, but you see the reds, but you see the blues, which is I know you see it throughout. You see it you saw it in the not the synthesizer, but whatever sound system. I mean, to me, the blue is typically heaven, red is hell, and green is earth. And if you see you see it consistently through this, and the purple. The FedEx man had the purple, and then she was wearing purple at Hank's.
Marie did.
Maria was wearing blue in this scene?
When
he's going
the house?
to kill Gus.
Oh, this is
it's mostly representing night. You have to shoot blue at night.
Oh.
But the blue I saw, I remember seeing that when Jesse first was, standing under the stereo system, the lighting, right?
Right.
You had red, green, blue, red,
it's
green,
all
blue,
going.
right?
Yeah,
it's
because
all
that's
going.
Yeah.
But then at the end, when he walked back into the house alone, it was all blue for like a few seconds.
Because I take it as, I think Jesse's going to be redeemed. I think Jesse's a good kid inside. I really do. I just think he's just messed up.
Yeah, because if anybody can be redeemed, I mean, that would be the way I would go. I mean, I would.
Where's Heisenberg
going to hell?
Whereas Walt just keeps going deeper and deeper into hell.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I think is happening.
No, it's the opposite. Walt is just he's trying to do a couple things to get out. And Jesse's, yes!
No!
Oh,
what?
Yes, everything Jesse's doing drugs to anesthetize the pain of what he's going through.
Everything he does.
Listen, think about it. Jesse is getting in deeper into the negative things, and Walt is just trying to do
he can't
minimal
but here's the thing.
negative thing to get out.
But Jesse seems to be the one with the conscience. Walt doesn't seem he's
not. Walt is staying focused.
He's just doing
conscience. No, he's trying to get out. Walt's trying to get out. Jesse's no longer trying to get out.
I have no evidence to prove that this man wants to get out of anything. He wants to keep making money.
Are you kidding? He's annoyed that Skyler's talking about the car wash because in my mind, what he can't tell her is, what are you talking about the car wash? I'm going to kill Gus and then I'm done. I'm gonna get out of this.
No. The original plan, Ed, is to make money for his baby.
Yeah. He already surpassed that goal.
No, they don't. They don't have a
No, because once you have some, you want more and more.
And mind you, this is a guy that was screwed in life, that was supposed to have hundreds of millions like his friends, got pushed out of that deal.
That's
right. Yeah, he's no more half measures, Walt.
Corrupted.
He is fully committed.
He's seduced into the dark side, my friend.
Yes.
You know what? You know what? You guys gonna team up on me? Okay. I stand my ground right now. I'm telling you right now.
Why would he have killed Gale?
He killed Gale for one reason and one reason only: to
get
save
the job
him
back.
and Jesse.
He wanted his job.
And he's lost
Wait, Jesse killed Gale,
and he's lost a lot of sleep over it.
That's right.
But he did it so he could get his job back.
Look,
he wanted the money.
He's never told Jesse about the girl he let die.
No. You know, I'm still standing. I'm telling you.
Look, here's the thing, though.
Walt is trying to get out right now. Walt's trying to get out.
I need a call. I'm going to go to commercial. I am violent
one thing,
over this.
Wait, hang on a second. One thing, though. Because every time Walt has a decision to make, he rationalizes what he has to do, what he, quote, has to do.
Okay.
Like when buying the gun. Is it for defense? You know, the whole thing is about, well, why... At the end, no, it's for defense. He didn't... No, it's not.
No, you're going to go kill someone.
Exactly.
He only said that to throw off the gunfire guy.
He's saying that to himself.
By the way, now let me say this. I love Walt.
Yeah,
I am so rooting for him.
Yeah.
I so want him to. I want Mike to get a comeuppance for beating him.
Hold on. I'm going to quote Mike in response to your statement. Oh, that's a load off my mind.
Yeah. There you go.
You don't have to love Walt.
I
He's
love
trying
him.
to get out.
I need a caller to call in and help me with Ed.
No.
Please.
Are we going to commercial?
There's no help for me.
Or I would love to see if anybody agrees with Ed.
Yeah, let's go to commercial.
We're gonna go to commercial. Hopefully, someone will call in, and maybe they'll be with Ed.
I've had my mic turned off before.
Want to find out what the AfterBuzz is about?
Janice is a drama queen.
This is the divide that is going to carry the series.
Give us a call. 424-256-1729. 424-256-1729.
It's television, and they want it to be as dramatic as possible.
I mean, it's Shakespearean.
You never know what goes on behind closed doors.
Find out why AfterBuzz TV is the #1 source for after-show content.
Now, in the eyes of Jimmy, Nucky is a villain.
424-256-1729. 424-256-1729.
I mean, who would you guys rather hear that from? Your husband or your best friend?
The wig will come out.
When the TV show is over, get your AfterBuzz on.
Okay. Nice.
Nice.
Yes, we're back. Who did that, by the way? Does anybody know who did that?
So so what do you call what we did? Because we had a climax of conflict there with you guys threatening me, and then Maria's like, "Let's go to break." There's a name.
I needed to diffuse.
That's right.
Are we now in the denouement?
Yeah.
Are we now in the denouement? Was that the? Now we're.
Yeah. No, we're back in the honeymoon period. So we just beat each other up.
I'm not feeling very honeymoony.
Oh, come on! I'll give you a big hug.
No, you got guns and stuff. And she's going to break bad over here because she's got no kids.
Jess, do you have news and gossip?
Well, there's no news and gossip this week, but Ed, I just want to say,
God,
I would love to agree with you, but I've watched 7 seasons of Weeds, and I think Walt has Nancy Botwin syndrome, and he's just not going to get better.
No, I agree.
There's no show.
He may be trying to do it in a losing fashion, but he's trying to get out, and I can't believe you guys don't see that.
No, he's not trying to
He is trying to get
There's
out.
no show if he gets out.
Oh my God, he's trying to get out.
No, he's so not.
What is he doing?
He's got more
What is he doing?
bills.
Kill
Hold
Gus
on,
and then take Gus's job?
Hold on. Let's speak like civilized people.
Oh, sorry.
Let's take it down a notch. We're
Wait, this
getting
actually
very
is a good point,
aggro
though.
here.
Yeah, no, I think this is a worthy.
Ed's making a good point. So he kills Gus.
Before you
and then is he
finish,
going to continue to manufacture and distribute, or does he walk away?
He's walking away.
No, he's not.
No.
How's he going to make any
You
money?
have no show if
He
he walks
doesn't need
away.
the money. He already has way more than the 1.7 million
No,
or the 700,000.
but he's paying all those medical bills.
Exactly.
You know what those
That's
medical
going
bills
bye-bye.
cost? They're gone, Ed. The money's gone.
Yeah.
And she said,
It's
I'm running
gone
out
bye-bye.
of money. I've run out of money.
True that. True that.
That's what she said.
No. She is running out of money just because Walt's holding it all, and it's not. They're not. He didn't spend $2-3 million or whatever he's got.
Every time they were up a couple $100,000, something would happen, and the money
by
would
the
go.
way, at this point, Walt is completely willing, because he doesn't have cancer anymore, completely willing to go back to making $50,000 a year and living paycheck to paycheck.
I don't think he can go back.
He's totally ready to go back.
I don't think he can. It's not that he isn't ready. I just think he can.
I'm upset.
Because you're upset?
Yes.
I was trying to give you the pat on the head. You got Dennis the Menace going on. But
Dennis the Menace?
Yeah, it's just,
Dennis!
You flyaways, as
come
we
on,
say in the
predictions.
business.
I've been dying to...
Okay, predictions. I think I will say this. Last week, my prediction was that clip of him saying, get me in a room with him, I thought was going to be Jesse, because you saw the party footage or whatever. You guys were obviously right. I retract and I relinquish command. You guys were right. I don't know what's going to happen. I just know that Skyler, I think, will have her way with this car wash man.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting. How because they're going to get that car wash.
She'll come up to $1 million. She'll probably give him $1.5 million or something.
No. Make an offer I can't refuse.
She's going to do something else, like what Kevin's saying. She's going to step up her game and become more of. She's going
more
to do
gangster.
Yeah,
yeah.
She's going to do something gangster.
She'll find out something illegal they're doing. Yes.
Yeah, like
illegal activity.
Like he's like not.
She'll call the IRS on him.
It's going to be so.
Yeah, he's like not.
So Walt's not going to roll around with that guy. It's going to be her.
It's going to be her.
She's going to drop a dime on him on the IRS for all the cash business they've done.
And the fact that she said he sent his woman, and I think that right there, she said, all right, I'm going to.
She was like, zip, zip, zip. I'm out of here.
Yeah, and here it is right here.
Yeah, she was amazing.
Yeah, she was terrific. So I think I think she's going to make an offer he can't refuse somehow, and we know what that means.
I don't know what's going to happen with
Jesse's great. Jesse's he's going to go crazy.
I saw an interesting prediction on a blog. One of the bloggers, and I should give the person credit because they did an awesome blog, but I don't remember them. They predicted that Jesse was making a transition to become Victor, and that he was going to kind of surpass Walt as far as
take over for Victor.
Yeah, and then get in between Walt and Gus. And the guy explained kind of why he thought that, and also you remember the two blood trails,
right?
He actually thought that symbolized Walt and Jesse.
Yeah,
and Jesse.
They both have blood on their hands.
I told Kevin that just the other day.
Okay, but the one that was on top, which was
skinnier and smaller
Jesse,
and slower.
The top went faster, I think.
No, the bottom one was the thicker one. It went faster.
It did.
Okay, I'm pretty sure.
Then I won't try to quote it.
No, because I told Kevin the other day, I was like, God, I didn't get to say my one thing about the blood. I'm like, I loved it was the two paths. One was thicker and faster, and the other one was slower and thinner. And I was like, it was Walt and Jesse, and
So
but I
there
don't
was
know
more
that I would,
blood shed by one than the other. Like it was like so symbolic.
But I don't think Jesse would want to be Victor. I think at some point, if he's going to go that route, he would want to take over.
I agree. I think he wants to take over and get rid of Walt.
Right now, I don't think if he would go that route. But I don't think he wants to go that route.
It depends how corroded he gets.
Walt and Jesse are father and son. Never going to happen.
Again, I don't know about that, man. When he finds out what he did,
they'll get over it.
Yeah.
No, it won't get ugly. Yeah. But I agree.
But look what they've been able to. I mean, every time. I mean, Walt saved his life. Jesse saved his.
Yeah, they saved their own lives at the same time. I mean, Jesse comes out of that rehab. And he says to Walt, and he comes and he sleeps on his couch for a couple of days. So there's the father-son thing going on.
And he pulled him out. Remember?
Yeah, pulled him out. But Jesse says, or Walt says, "How was rehab?" He goes, "Good. I found out who I am," or something like that. And Walt goes, "Well, who are you?" He goes, "I'm the bad guy." I mean, all that's based on these sort of things, secrets that Walt hasn't told him. All that stuff is based on that. And so now he's in there, and I don't know. Like I said, it's a stretch, and if you can't see that, that's fine. I don't know that I agree with that guy's prediction either. But Jesse still accepts the fact that he's the bad guy. Yeah. Maybe his soft spot for Andrea and that kid is going to help him sort of see some hope where he doesn't have to be the bad guy, actually. Yeah. But I don't know where he's going. I don't know.
Can I also ask a question? I thought Julia Stiles was supposed to be in this season. Oh, wait, that's Dexter.
No, Dexter.
I got that confused. I was waiting for her to pop up today, and I'm like,
please.
I got confused. I love Dexter, too. So rude. Why would you be so rude? Why wouldn't you say, "Oh, honey, that's a different episode or a different series"?
Because the BIM meter went too high. This is Breaking Bad. This is a smart show. Come do the Jersey Shore with me if you want to talk like that.
Because I confused a guest actor. Really?
Okay. Never mind.
Really? Ed, please, would you stop laughing and defend me?
Let me tell you guys, predictions. Come on, no, I didn't get my prediction.
What's your prediction?
Yeah, you don't have a prediction because you guys decided to be
I'm
rude.
telling you
what is your prediction?
My prediction is Walt is going to continue to kick ass. He is going to win. He's making his descension to hell, so it's it's going to be an ironic win because
it's
in
Michael
one respect,
Corleone, man.
Right, he is. He really is. He's.
I'm with you now.
He's the Godfather.
He
is. It's like it's
he's going to become Heisenberg.
It's deeper into hell, but he is going to win. Mike will pay for that beating he laid on him.
Is Hank ever going to be able to walk?
Absolutely, because Hank is gangster, badass. Hank took on those two amazing killers without a gun. Yeah. No, he's gonna walk again, and who knows if they're not gonna have to team up to take down Chicken Man. How about that?
Well, don't forget.
Ooh, nice.
Don't forget, we saw in the previews that Gale's notebook is in Hank's bedroom.
There you go.
Can I ask you guys one thing? Did Vince Gilligan say this is it? This season or no?
I didn't hear that.
Not heard that.
Don't even say that.
Well, if it is, it's going to factor in, and then a lot of things going to happen in the next 7 weeks.
Honestly, I would hurt myself.
But is this
No, I hadn't heard that.
Or you break bad and kill people because you don't have kids?
Maria, why don't you get to this guy?
But
why don't you get to Vince?
I'm going to get to him, yes.
All right.
And you know what? I've been very busy.
I know.
Dealing with some stuff, and I wanted to try to call for Aaron Paul because my publicists represent him, so I'm going to get him on the show too. I'll get them on.
Okay, and I just want to say for the record that I am thoroughly going to enjoy watching you guys realize that I'm right.
Okay.
You were wrong about Gale too, Ed. You don't want a reputation here.
Gale. He's dead. I was kidding about that. That was entertainment.
You were just seeing if we would go for it.
Anyway.
Why does Mike go, Jesse? Did you notice that?
Yeah, because I tried to shut him off.
Oh,
no! You know what? He's always doing. He's got booth courage because I can't get to him in there.
Booth courage.
Yes.
DJ Jesse.
Okay, hey. Well, thank you for joining us.
Before we leave, before we say goodbye, make sure you guys check out AfterBuzz TV with Maria Kanellis. She's going to be doing an after show for Raw coming up.
Wow.
So you're not going to miss that. I was told to promote my book. It says here, promote your book, The Evergirl's Guide to Life. I know it's the perfect book for the audience listening to Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
I talk about shooting people in here and how to draw your revolver perfectly.
Yeah, that's great.
And make sure you pass on the gospel of AfterBuzz TV to your friends and check us out. We like to have fun, and hopefully you guys will watch and call in and enjoy with us.
And we'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye, y'all.
From producers Keven Undergaro and Phil Svitek, engineer DJ Jesse Janity, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. If you have questions or comments, be sure to buzz us at info@AfterBuzzTV.com. And you can find us on Facebook or follow us on Twitter by searching for AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.